Good evening. We begin in Los Angeles, where the jury now has the case in the Bart murder trial.
The jury spent a couple of hours this afternoon deliberating. They will resume those deliberations after the 4th of July holiday next Tuesday. They're deciding the fate of former Bart officer Johannes Mehserle. He shot Oscar Grant to death New Year's Day, 2009. ABC 7's Cecilia Vega joins us now from Los Angeles, where the trial is being held. Cecilia.
Well, Cheryl, the jury started deliberating this afternoon shortly after 1:30. They went until about 4 o'clock today. Most legal analysts believe they probably spent most of the afternoon choosing a foreman, but now it's a waiting game. The 12 jurors spent the afternoon deliberating the historic case of the former Bart officer on trial for murder. The first order of business, a television set up in their deliberation room so they can again watch those videos that captured Johannes Mehserle shooting Oscar Grant in the back as he lay face down on the Fruitvale Station platform. Outside the courthouse, Grant's mother was too fragile to speak to reporters. Family members say the waiting will be like reliving the whole tragedy.
What I will be doing, I'm sure it will be restless nights, constant prayer, and trusting that the process of justice works.
Defense attorney Michael Raines finished his closing arguments, calling the shooting a tragic mistake. He gave 18 reasons why Mehserle should be acquitted, including this video taken by a BART passenger. Seconds after the fatal shot, it shows Mehserle raising his hands to his head. Proof, the defense says, it was an accident, that the officer meant to use his taser, not his gun. In his final statement to the jury, Raines said there is a sound that needs to be heard with their verdict. A reverberating sound, a resonating sound, a resounding sound. Not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. But prosecutor David Stein said those videos tell a different story, the story of an unjustifiable shooting, and the verdict should be second-degree murder. He pulled out a box and showed a 2-foot-tall statue of Lady Justice, a symbol, he says, that the law is there to protect everyone. Stein said, don't convict the defendant because of sympathy or favor. Convict him because the evidence in this case has proven his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. That is why you must convict him. But the mothers of some of Grant's friends who were on the platform don't believe that will be the outcome.
The jury was lied to, basically. They did not know Mehserle's background.
I don't know if they even understand what our kids went through.
Now, Mehserle sat emotionless, really expressionless throughout the closing arguments, as really he has through most of this trial. The jury will take a break for the holiday weekend, and then they'll be back here in LA to pick up their deliberations on Tuesday morning. Reporting in Los Angeles, Cecilia Vega, ABC 7 News.
Cecilia, the jury instructions. The judge gave the jury instructions for about 45 minutes this afternoon, and I understand that one section upset Grant's family. Bought some groans from them.
Well, that's right, Cheryl. They really did. We can hear audible groans in the courtroom, and it was this section about intent. Let's take a look at exactly what the judge told the jury today. He said, quote, the defendant is not guilty of second-degree murder or manslaughter if he did not have the intent or mental state required to commit the crime because he mistakenly had drawn his taser and not his firearm. Now, our legal expert, Dean Johnson, says that that is a key instruction because really, if jurors believe that Mehserle's testimony, that he meant to pull this taser rather than his gun to shoot Oscar Grant, the people are saying, and their legal analyst is saying really that this instruction could essentially be interpreted by the judge as telling the jury really they've got one option when they go into that deliberation room, and that is an option to convict Mehserle on involuntary manslaughter.
All right, Cecilia, thanks very much. We'll see you at 6.